Ah, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 4 of the very serious Juniper Dev Game Jam. So to recap yesterday's progress, yesterday we successfully modeled all of the characters and suit designs. I got screenshots I posted on Twitter, but I'll pull them up here for the VOD enjoyers and maybe some new folks here. So here's our base form gentleman here. I forgot to close my door. 1 second. I don't even know why I worry about that. I don't live with anyone else. Like, the worst thing that can happen is the air conditioner gets loud, and even then, like, I don't think it's ever been picked up in any of my streams. Anyway, there's our businessman. There's our mighty form, our Pegasus form, and our Titan form. Something I didn't show, and unfortunately I don't have screenshots of it, so bear with me. Let's do this. Let's go to object mode. I did make the weapon models for Pegasus and Titan forms. Bear with me. Finished works. So here is the. Let's move that over here. So here's the Pegasus gun. Like I mentioned during the design phase, it's modeled after the M9 Beretta. Very simple design. I didn't do anything too crazy with it, you know. Like at most, texturing it was a pain, but you know, it's okay. This is a third-person game. They're not going to see it up close. And then the other weapon I finished modeling was the sword. I'm gonna admit, I'm not really happy with it, but I needed to get off my I want to be a perfectionist horse. Yeah, it kind of looks like a toothpick, because I used the subdivision modifier and just kind of let it be loosey-goosey instead of it being hyper blocky. Probably could have done some of the tweaking myself instead of letting Blender do it automatically, but hey, it's a sword and it's gonna cut people, so that's okay. I did my best to start weight painting yesterday, and it didn't go well. I ended up trying to, and you can see on the right here, I tried some retargeting solutions, but unfortunately all of those are designed for an older version of Blender that is no longer supported. So I'm going the old-fashioned way and just weight painting the model myself. For the uninitiated, red is what the selected bone influences, and blue and black are not affected at all. So I managed to do both legs here. You can kind of see that. I also managed to do the feet. And this is where I get to talk about something funny. I get to show you how much the weight paint influences the model so far, and prove to you that yes, I really did throw myself on the floor for some of these animations. So let's set the frame rate to 60. So the animation that I'm weight painting the model onto is from my hit, react, and knockdown animation. So this plays when the character gets hit and when they get knocked down. So just give you a little sample here. There's the hit reaction, and then there's me throwing myself on the floor. The animation's longer than the given frame rate, maybe that much. Yeah, there we go. So I think I talked about it in yesterday's stream. I meant to put it in my little tweet promoting the success of the animations, but I basically threw on a VR headset and some VR trackers on my legs to record these animations, which means I couldn't see my surroundings when I was throwing myself around and doing sword moves near my desk. Good news, my desk was never hit. Bad news, my shoulders are a little bit stiff from doing strange movements. You know, I did some gun poses. I did some sword poses. I did some boxing poses. I threw myself on the ground 4 different times to record different falling animations. Oh, I just realized I lied. I threw myself on the ground more than that because I had to rehearse the knockdown and then do it for reals when I hit record. It was very painful. It could have been a lot more painful. Um, Yesterday, I put out a stunt mat after the Father's Day event, so that way, when I threw myself, it hurt less. That was a great idea. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time. But anyway, we should try and finish the weight painting here, so that way we can actually start making the actual video game instead of making some fancy stuff, because the deadline is coming up. There we go. We just weight paint it like this. That, and then gotta do the backside a little bit. I think if I remember correctly, okay, yeah, so I need to do up here. Oh, shoot, not like that. Grab this, and then do that. There we go. And then do they grab that middle vertice there? Yeah, they do. Okay, cool. Paint across like that. Doing my best not to weight paint the arms. There we go. It's all coming together. A little bit like that. Okay. Let's do this bone next. Starting up here. I think inevitably this is gonna have to pull on the insides of the arm a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so just give it this much influence here. Ooh, actually, you know what we can do? Just kind of give it that. A little bit of up here. Give it a bit of this. Try not to give it like too much, because the collarbones need to do something, I'm sure. Let's increase this a little bit. Okay, what does that look like? Maybe when I play the animation a little bit, I can see what I'm missing here. Okay, is that all just part of the arm though? Because if that's part of the arm, I don't mind it not having that. Yeah, I think that's actually kind of okay. Put it back to frame 0. Let's get the collarbone. Let's give it some influence here. I wonder if that's enough. Yeah, I think that's enough. Let's give the neck bone some influence. Let's see, your influence stops right at the base of the neck. So let's give you the base of the neck. Up to the base of the head. Kinda. Kinda's a good word for it. I was trying to explain this project's scope to my little brother at Father's Day yesterday. For a little bit of reference, he grew up playing games like Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Tenkaichi 3, and Tenkaichi 2, and all of those games. He loves anime arena fighters, and I do too. They're kind of fun, even if they're jank. I think the most polished beat 'em up I ever saw him play was Ninja Gaiden 4, which I got him for his birthday last year. And I genuinely couldn't think of another example of like a game that he's played that is kind of like what I'm going for. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of like Ninja Gaiden 4. He looked really confused. He's like, you're gonna make a Ninja Gaiden game? What the fuck? Nah, nah, nah. But I don't know how else to explain it to him because the kind of games that he plays nowadays is so different than what kind of games he was like just willing to just jump into even last year. He started playing Ready or Not, and I was just like, really? Ready or Not? Okay, I like Ready or Not, but like, I just never would have thought of it. But he's becoming more adventurous in his tastes in games and media. And it gets me really excited to recommend him like off the wall stuff. Because he and I have very similar tastes and stuff. He just doesn't want to admit that he likes some of the same stuff that I do in like really niche cases. Like certain superhero properties, he's just like, yeah, I'm not interested. But if when I did sit him down to watch one, he really liked it. Well, except the ending, but I mean that's a lot of shows. Okay, let's give it a little test run here. That looks like part of the neck. Well, might not be. Gonna do that anyway. Bring this back to 0. Let's give him that. Let's give him this and this. If it's really jank, it'll be visible, so. I don't know, I think this is coming along pretty nicely. Yeah, just gotta do the actual arms, and I think rigging will be done. This was a lot less painful than I thought it was gonna be. After spending literally hours rigging. I was literally rigging up until like the start of the stream for about like an hour. All those automatic rigging tools just don't work anymore, unfortunately. So let's start with some influence here. We can be kind of generous with this first bone. Let's give it all the upper shoulder, and then we'll do a little animation test. Something like that, and then just kind of give it one frame forward. Ooh, we can kind of cheat now and just kind of boop. That's most of it right there. Yeah, I just want a little more influence down here. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we just need this arm. We'll also give it some influence on here. All the way down to here. And truth be told, I don't have any hand animations, I don't think. So we're just gonna use the what's it called? The flat of the hand. Some influence. My tracker's not going very well. But palm of the hand, I guess. We'll use the animations from the palm of the hand and not the fingers. I didn't even do anything with my fingers during the animation recordings anyway, so it's not like you're missing out on like, the trigger pull animation. No, I didn't pull any triggers. I just kind of mimed it. Alright, frame 1. Nice. Alright, so that's the hand bone up here. So I think what we can do is just kind of go boop, and then just paint all this to be the hand. No! Am I painting the wrong hand? No, I'm painting the right one. I think it's just being whack. Then just across like that. This is gonna be the tricky part. More like this. Close that out. Turn it around. Get this. Get this. And that should be all we need to do. Might need to tone this down here. Don't really want the hand to have any influence on the greater arm here. Oh, why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? Is the hand bone just going to be a no-go? Is that what's going to happen here? Here, hold on. Come on, a little more. Oh, even the arm is wrong. Why is the arm wrong? Here, let's go back. If I remove the influence on this arm too, oh, it's always been scuffed. Okay. Why are we scuffed? Ah. Hmm. Maybe that's why, because there's just that much of an offset. Okay, so let's... Wrong way. Take this back to weight painting. Not vertex, weight painting. Take off all that influence. Come on. And then just a little bit more under here. There we go. It's a shame, because like everything else looks like it's working correctly. So maybe what I need to do is, can I rotate this while I'm doing this? Yeah, but it's not going to tell me what the rotation is, huh? Okay. Or does it tell me up here? Here? Here. Let's go to object mode, go to pose mode. What if we do 0, 0, and 60? 35? 25. 30. and do the negative equivalence over here. Back to weight paint. Now if I try to do this, how does it work? Might help if I actually am trying to add weight, huh? Oh shoot, why? I think it's trying to do the right thing. Nope, it's still trying to do that ricochet thing. Okay, so something's wrong. Probably with the model itself. What if I... God, I don't want to lose all of that work. Object. All transforms? Then try weight painting. Oh my god. Hold on, hold on. Do this, and then... I genuinely can't tell if it's better or not. That is not better. That is actually exactly the same. What is happening? Why is it this model? Hmm. I'm just not sure why it would do that. It's so strange. And it's a shame too, because like I said, like aside from the arms, everything is like rigged really nicely. I wonder if it's worth like trying to resculpt the arms. Like maybe that's just something I need to do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna duplicate this. I don't need to do that. I literally have... No, I do need to do that because I'm gonna be tweaking the hell out of this. So we'll hide this. And what we'll do is we'll go to edit mode and just remove those arms. We're just going to rebuild them from scratch, see if that fixes anything. So don't do these ones. Yeah. And just... out a little bit. Might be worth trying to line these while I'm at it. Okay, that's maybe not what I meant to do. Okay, so x-axis align. Now they're in a somewhat straight line. Grab these vertices. Like that, and then extrude these out. Make them face down a little more. Maybe I shouldn't twist them so much, because I want them to line up with the skeleton for the T-pose. Which mic are you using? I'm using the FIF-INE microphone. It's the same microphone I use for Discord and everything. I might have the box around. Hold on. I, in fact, do not have the box. I got it on Amazon for like, I think it was like $60. It was pretty cheap. It wasn't anything crazy. Let's do this. We'll do that. Extrude this out. One more time. Over here. Shrink it down. And then for the hand, we'll just extrude this out twice. Narrow it down. Tilt it. Let's see if that fixes our issue. So if I go back here, nope, other way around, right? No, this way, weight paint. What you making? I'm making a beat 'em up where the main mechanic is you have a wheel that you spin, and depending on where it lands, it gives you a different form. It's Kamen Rider, but randomized, essentially. I'm kind of nervous about whether or not I'm going to actually be able to finish this project, but we can always see how it goes, right? Okay, so just for testing purposes. Do this. Don't forget Skibao. Don't remind me of Skibao ever again. We don't need to talk about Skibao. We can talk about cooler things, you know, like Geats Mark 9. We can talk about cool stuff. Okay, let's see if this works better. Don't talk to me more Skibao ever again. Alright, good news. The new arm works better, and I don't know why it works better. That shouldn't have fixed anything, really. Oh yeah, Geo. Just to give you context to what you're seeing here, this animation, I didn't hand make it or anything like that. I actually just put on a motion capture suit and threw myself around to record animations for this game. So what you're seeing is me literally throwing myself onto the ground. Waiting for the new Gav movie when Evil Gav returns with his new popping feint. Dude, we need to get our buddy Eugene through Gav. I swear to God. I want to get him through it so he can enjoy Peak like the rest of us. It's so good. Okay, how much of this was not captured? Oh, pretty much all of it was. Perfect. So what I need to do then is take off the weight paints for maybe this section here. Let's give more weight here. A little bit of weight here. Here, here, and here. Peakmen and rubber suits show in a plot themed after opium trade. Seriously though, it is! You and I both know it. It's so good. Alright, let's take off the weight influence here. We'll give this to the forearm. Oh, you know what the worst part is? I'm gonna have to try and mimic this on the other side now. I would rewatch it just for the Valen fights alone. Dude, they were so good. I would too. Almost. Almost. There we go. So once I paint this on, we'll do another test run of the animation. Yeah, that should be good enough to test. Got some weird stretchiness going on there. Let's get the hand weight painted, and then maybe we'll see what's going on. Oh shoot. I forgot to close the hand. Make sure I close that. Let's do that and that. Weight paint. Why is his hand so stretchy? I just don't understand. Oh, you know what? I know why. It's because I'm a fool. Luckily, it's a fixable solution, but it means I just lost a lot of work. Such is Game Jam. If you can believe it, Gio, I haven't programmed anything yet. I've just been doing designing and 3D modeling these past 4 days. 0 coding progress. There is no game. If you considered his hand possessed the properties of both rubber... No, I have not considered it. As amusing as that would be, I have not considered it. Okay. I think all we need to do to fix this issue is to pull the arm vertices forward. So what we're going to do here, and actually just to make myself feel a little bit better, let's grab the loop cut tool, and we're going to add this here. Now, I'm adding that there so that way the hand has a few more vertices it can work with, and giving the hand a little more length to it. Does it really do anything? Not really, but it's something that we can work with. Let's grab these. I think how we're gonna do this is just kind of glide it forward. That looks a little jank, but I don't know how else to fix that. So you know what? And while we're at it, copy, paste. New vertex faces. I just want a new set of vertices. I think it's crashing. No, don't. I haven't saved in like 20 minutes. Please, don't. Okay, well, I guess while that's figuring that out, I will take a sip of drink. Well, at least the stream's being stable. That's not crashing at the very least. Right? Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. How are you holding up? Oh, Blender resolved itself. Perfect. Oh, I missed some vertices too, so that might be... What if I do... separate by selection. Go back to object mode, grab this. Hey, so now we can copy, paste. I did not want that. Did it copy its own skeleton too? No. Can I... Da, 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 da. What am I looking for? Parent. Clear parent. Now it's its own cube. Now what I can do is rotate this 180 degrees. That's our left arm. Now I just need to get rid of the old arm, which looks like I did so by cutting here. Another incision here. And bone saw. Boom. And then all we need to do is take this and extrude. Do we need to extrude? No, we don't. All we need to do is grab this, parent to object, go back to edit mode. Oh, that's not even like the same area. Okay. Let's go to wireframe mode. We're going to highlight and select all of this. Turn on snap to vertices. Go to the Y coordinates and line it up like that, I think. Kinda works. Kinda works. All we need to do is just connect these vertices up. So it looks like I did have these 5 here in the middle, so we'll try and mimic that. So just gotta extrude a little bit like this, a little bit down. It's not snapping the way I was hoping it would. There we go. And then it kind of looks like they are shrunk a bit, so we'll just try and mimic that. That looks kind of about right. And then just got to connect these vertices up. So here and here connect with here and here. I clicked on something different, didn't I? There and there. With there and there. Oh shoot, not there and there. There. What is your problem? Why are they doing that? That's not how that's supposed to work. What if I... Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay, hold on. Parent. Clear parent. I think what I want to do is actually join or merge. There we go. Now it's just one set. So now if I try to do this, there we go. I knew I was doing something wrong. Aside from this monstrous topology, which actually I can fix, because now it's not a huge issue. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. And we can do the same with this one. And about the same with this one. Play connect the dots. Neat. We're making progress. Thank God. Disoriented. That's okay. Got it figured out. Yeah. And then that. All right, cool. That's one arm. So now we need to reattach the other arm. Which just Control J, edit mode, and then do basically the same thing. Or did it automatically reattach itself? Kind of looks like it reattached itself. I mean, I won't argue. So now we can get back to working on weight painting and see if that works. That's not a good sign. Why am I not able to click? In front. Okay, that's all working correctly. No! It erased my weight paints. I gotta repaint the whole model. Okay. Let's just do. Wait, what if we do automatic weights with the new arms? Go to pose mode. Oh my god, the automatic weights worked. Oh my god, it just works. Oh my god, it just works. Oh my god, thank you. Oh, thank goodness. I guess the only adjustment left to do is just make sure that the armor pieces I also modeled are still somewhat compatible with our new figure here. So we'll test this. Let's just try with the torso first. Oh, I do not like that. Okay. At least I know what these are supposed to look like, so I can actually just kind of... Wait, what am I doing? I have reference images. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Okay, so now we got to do the gauntlets. We'll do the gauntlets, and then we'll also do elbow pads and knuckles. I guess we should also do the shoulder pylons, just in case. So let's do the shoulders first. It'll take some adjusting, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. That kind of works. Okay, what about the braces? Oh shoot, I did not center that model. Oh well, not a big deal. Arms are shorter, no! The hand texture on the businessman is also kind of screwed up, but that's not as big of a deal. I guess we can adjust it in engine. It's not a huge deal breaker or anything like that. We could also just re-export these the right size. So let's do this. Let's make this a little easier on me. Da, 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 da. Perfect. We'll just try and recreate one of the suits and oh shoot, of course, of course, of course. We're gonna have to redo the textures. Okay. At least that's not too hard. That's not too hard. It could have been a lot worse. We'll make this quick. Select all, smart UV, island margin of 0.05, and go. Yeah, that's a little tough, but we can work with that at least. At least it saved my color palette. I think the only thing we really colored was the shoes anyway, so... what was the shoe design again? Just white trims, or silver trims, I guess. Okay, so there's that. I know what this is. There's the other one. Then we can cheat by just doing this to find the other pieces. There we go. Across the top. Then over here. It's a good thing I only came up with 3 forms, man, because I would have to be painting so much if I actually landed on, like... What? Okay, that was weird. Anyway. I know at one point I was like, oh, maybe we can do like 6 forms or something like that. Bro, I didn't even have the brain power for the design space for that, let alone the time to implement all those forms. I'm so glad I settled on 3 side forms. Or 3 forms, period. They're not side forms. Da, 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 da. Alright, cool. Grab this silver. Across the way. And across the way. Up and down. There we go. Almost. Nah. There we go. Nope. Come on. There we go. here. Like that, and across the way. I'm gonna have to be like wizard level speed at Unreal for a genre of game I've never made before if we're gonna get stuck on 3D modeling today and tomorrow. Hopefully it's just a today thing. I knew I was forgetting something. Close enough. Okay, and then where are you and you? Ah. Why is this not showing up? Did this not get included in the UV rep? It is included in the UV rep. Oh, were you just being rebellious? And that should be good. Cool. Now we need to do that for a couple other suits. Yep. Okay. I was telling my family yesterday about how I was using motion capture for this game. And at first they were like, oh, that's pretty cool, using your body to animate. Must save a lot of time. And then I told them I threw myself on the ground to do knockdown animations, and they were like, dude, what are you doing? That's dangerous. I'm like, well, yeah, it's dangerous. I'm throwing myself on the ground, but I'm not doing anything crazy. I tried to do it as slow as possible. Oh man, I'm struggling to talk and lock in at the same time. I swear, I'm trying to make a balance to be somewhat entertaining while I'm doing this, but it is just, I want to get this done so bad. Is there a reason you're not displaying what I'm working on right now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. Oh, come on. Just remember, Kaiju, it doesn't need to be perfect. We just need to get across the finish line. Okay, no! Or am I missing it? There it is. Okay, reference image. Go silver as well? Cool. Come on, come on. Ah. Nope. Come on, come on. There we go. And then that. First try. Making good headway. We're making great headway, in fact. Cool. That one's done. Save. Okay, next suit. I think the last one is the Pegasus undersuit, and then we got to do the businessman real quick. Pegasus undersuit. There it is. There's my palette. Get this. Okay. Green and gold. There we go. There we go. Okay. Down here. And then finally this one here. Then we grab gold. Set this down to 20. Get rolling here. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Nope. Nope. Close enough. Okay. One more. Oh, that hurts. Okay. We need to add these colors to our palette. There's our business suit blue. Undersuit white. And skin color. Start with the shoes. After we get this arm to behave. Oh god, don't crash. Real quick, I just want to check. Oh, I freaking knew it. No! Okay. Is it just not part of the... Hold on. Oh my god, why are you not updating? Did my phone just go off? Okay, we're good. Why is this not working? You've got to be kidding me. There we go. I'm going to regret this, but... Oh, so now you want to be on the... Fine. Okay. One more time. Okay, still holding up good. And that's where my issues begin. Okay. What is your problem? This better not be an issue when I get into Unreal, I swear to God. Okay, business suit blue. All the way down. go. Go. Da-da-da. Oh, okay, good. Ah, a little more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's all I need to do for the shoe part. Save the project. Okay. We're going. It's down. Just make a quick little V-neck here. Okay, so where is that? There. Too much. Okay. Close enough. Get it red. Cool. And then go back down here. There, he has a tie. Nice. Okay, businessman blue, one more time. Arms. How much of this is head? Color it up to maybe here. There we go. Now we can see better. Okay, I colored some part of an arm, but it's not showing up. Oh, you know what I bet? That's not what's happening, actually. What am I painting then? Okay, well that's part of an arm. We decided we're going 2 above for the arm, so 2 above for the arm would be here. Two above. Ugh. Okay. There you are. I just don't understand why this arm is not being painted. Even inside the arm's not being painted. That's gonna have to do it. I am so tired. Okay. We redid the UV maps. We're rigged. Everything's working nicely. I think it's time to try to move this stuff to Unreal. I think so. Let's try it. I did set up a blank project and I put some folders out, but there's no content or blueprints yet, so. God, how is it already 7 o'clock? How? Oh yeah, I gave it the temporary name, Memoir of Hero, just because it sounds like Memory of Heroes. We'll change the name later. I just needed something to remind me what I'm doing here. Let me stretch a little bit. I'm so stiff. Ugh. 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 Okay. Actually, just so we can see what we're doing here. Shapes cube. And we'll add a directional light. And we'll make this cube 10 by 10. Okay. Forgot to export the model. Export FBX. We'll call it base form. Make sure we do copy, selected objects only, animation, yada yada yada, and export. Now we take this to Unreal. God, my folder's already so disorganized. There it is. Come here. Okay, import. Please no more issues. Please no more issues. Please no more issues. I don't like how this is looking. I really don't like how this is looking. There were issues with the import, you don't say. Oh, why is he textured like that? Where are my materials? Ah! That is not the animation I imported. What? I am so confused. Okay. Let's delete all these. Let's make sure Blender doesn't have anything else in the scene. Maybe that's confusing it. So we don't need this. We don't need these. Blender, what are you doing? Okay, now let's try. Just in case. Let's look at our timeline here. It ends at about 6:16. We'll do 6:14. Export. Selected objects, copy path. Don't need NLA strips. We don't need leaf bones. All right, overwrite. Let's see if that registers. Okay, that looks like it finished. Skeleton mesh. How to detect mesh type, import LEDs, big meshes, There are no sockets to import, so we don't need to worry about that. Skeleton mesh, import skeletal mesh, content type, geometry and skin weights, morph targets, morph target names. Okay, import. Why? Blender, what are you doing? It's gotta be you. Something's going on. Okay, what if I import one of the textures from into Unreal? Let's try this one. It needs to be a material. Ah. I want to scream. Oh, Jesus. Uh, what's the issue? Well, this is what the model looks like in Blender. This is what it looks like in Unreal. It's also importing a lot of weird portions of the animation. Okay, so that's actually the right animation. Never mind. I think it auto-detected some of the other animations and imported them somehow. And that's kind of concerning. Alright, well... I don't know, man. I don't know. Guess it's not that big of a deal. Let's assume it's kind of working for right now. So these animations I meant to have in separate folders. Let's just go through them, find out what's what, rename them, and we'll go from there. Unreal, what are you doing? Okay, so this is the idle animation. So we'll call it BF idle. Okay, what are you? Unreal? This is the same animation. Okay, we can get rid of that. Okay, all four of these look like the same animation. So there is the hit react and the knockdown. Cool. BF hit and knockdown. And then we can just get rid of these. And then I do have an animations folder. Let's add another folder in here and call it base form. And we'll move some of those animations over. Base form, there we go. Move here. Okay, we need to do the other stuff. Let's make sure that the other textures work. So we need this, mighty undersuit. Oh, content browser, why? Okay, let's just try and get the other two quickly in here. Why are you popping out like that? I really don't like it when you do that. Okay, and then we'll just right-click, create materials. Cool. So now, if we go back in here, I'm gonna live with it. I genuinely don't have time to care about that anymore. At least this looks like it's operating correctly, even if the model is like gigantic for some reason. And the arm is not actually joined, which might actually be explaining the whole issue. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We have too much to do. The model's in the engine, and when I just grab one of its animations and throw it out in the world and scale it down to 0.1, and then hit simulate, I bet you it'll play just fine. Look at that. It's playing just fine. There's no reason to freak out about it. It's a waste of time. Let's get to work. Okay, we got the materials in for the undersuits. We now need to get the animations in for all forms. It should be as easy as, oh, it looks like, oh my god, it looks kinda like you are using a different UV map. It kind of does, but if I go to the UV editing and highlight the problem arm, it does appear on the UV map. So I think Unreal has detected that this arm is separate because I didn't attach it correctly in Blender. But I don't want to go back and fix it right this second. So we're just gonna have to deal. The other animation should import just fine though, because it is using the same skeleton. So we have idle and hit and knockdown. We need to get the dodge animation. Oh, I'm gonna scream. Unreal doesn't accept BVH file formats. I need to basically... How do I explain this? I need to have the animations all exported as FBX files from Blender. That's the short version. And I didn't do that. I did not do that at all. In fact, okay. Unreal, save all. We'll come back to you. We have work to do. Okay, so I have that there. If I grab this skeleton. Okay, fine. I'll import it properly. BVH. Let's get the dodge animation in here. I wonder if this might be an opportunity to fix this model. And then we can test if this worked by going to texture paint. Yeah, I don't think that did anything. Why must he be like this? Anyway, we need to retarget these animations together. Does any of my retargeting stuff work naturally? Right. Oh. Is there a way to take multiple BVH files and make one big like animation reel in Blender that I can just get away with somehow? I think that's what it's gonna take. Oh. Please don't make me do all these stunts again. It was really painful the first time. Actually, Google's a friend. We could ask Google. Blender, combine multiple BVH files. To combine multiple BVH files in Blender, import the first BVH file normally. Append or import your subsequent BVH files. Then use Blender's non-linear animation editor to stack and bend the distinct animation tracks sequentially into one unified motion. That sounds like the right thing to do, but I'm not sure how to do that. So that's going to be interesting. Let's clear the scene. It says to do that through the NLA editor. So I imagine if you go to the animation section here, nonlinear animation. Okay, so if I keep that there, file, import, BVH, then we'll do the heavy. Okay, this is getting a little bit wild. Okay, import BVH, import BVH again, select the new armature, align it to the starting position exactly where the first animation ends. Switch your main workspace area to nonlinear animation editor. I guess that's just the animation editor with the nonlinear. Select the first armature and click the push down animator button. It looks like 2 downward arrows. Two downward arrows. Oh, push down action. Okay. Convert the active action into an LAA track strip. Select the second animation, go to the Action Editor tab and rename the action. Action Editor tab. Nope, here we go. Maybe that's not it. I feel like I'm going insane. Oh, add action. There we go. No active traps to add. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I feel like I'm going insane. Go to the Action Editor tab. Rename the action. Hold on. BVH. Okay, that's one armature. NLA. Push down. We'll do this one. Animation, action tab. There it is. Oh my god. Alright, create a new action. I don't know, knock down. Okay. Rename the action. And hit the push down. Delete the second armature object so that your primary armature is the only one left in the scene. Okay. Well, now I lost my animation, so that's clearly not the answer. Hmm. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, bear with me. There's a YouTube video. I'm gonna mute the desktop so I can hear it. Pixel Game Maker, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Why are you trying to merge the animations? So Unreal's quirky. It doesn't like animation files that aren't FBX format. Unfortunately, all of my motion capture files are BVH. So the hope is that I can convert them all into one FBX track. I guess the other reason is, hold on, let me open the other file. I don't know how to append the other animations to the current rig since they are a different file format. That's my issue. Why not import them all and export them all as an FBX? I'm pretty sure Unreal doesn't recognize FBX files without a mesh on them, but let me test that idea. That might work. So this was selected objects only. No leaf bones. We'll call this I need a new folder. I don't even remember what animation this was, so hopefully it's not what I named it. Bro didn't know he was streaming here. Are you on Twitch? Oh yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Sorry for the delay on either side. I'm multitasking. Let me get Unreal back up and running here. Ugh. I really should have tested how BVH files interacted with Unreal before I did all that motion capture work. Or came up with this dumb idea for a game. Or both. Honestly, both. I'm so in over my head. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's see if that worked. If we grab... Oh my god. That folder to this file. And then we should be able to just give it to the same skeleton. Did that just actually work? Hold on. We should do this with a different animation. I swear to God, if that just worked, Awen, I'm going to lose my mind. Because I swear I've done this before and it did not work. Let's try. Come on. Import BVH. Export FBX. Heavy. Well, let's name it what we need it to be. Okay, go back. Blender, why is my file not exported? There it is. Unreal, I swear to God, I do not need you fighting me right now. Import only animations. There we go. Think all of my animation files have the knockdown and idle animations baked into them for some reason. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell? What is happening? Here. It did not help. I think that actually made it worse. Okay, let's just check the other animations. Maybe those are fine. Model is so big I can't see. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. There we go. And then we're gonna simulate that. I can't believe you came up with that on the fly with Lifesaver, I swear. Okay, so we can get rid of all of these animations. BF heavy. We're gonna have to do that with every animation though, and that hurts. Let's save this. Put this in a new Blender file in case something goes wrong. Okay, so we have base form idle, base form heavy, base form knockdown. I did so much animation work, I genuinely can't remember all of what I did. Dodge, we didn't do dodge. Okay, make sure this is actually the dodge animation. Yeah, it is. Cool. Oh shoot, am I exporting the right? Let's not think about it. BF dodge. That all looks correct. Okay. Oh, it's importing correctly. Yes. Okay, cool. So doing it in the other Blender file was what was causing the issues. Nice. Okay, so we might need to re-import this animation then. The heavy. And then just in case, we'll do the other animations too. Why not? So let's get rid of you. File, import, BBH. We'll start with the heavy. Nice. FBX, BF heavy. Give it like 3 seconds. And then we'll import that into Unreal. Nice. Same skeleton, please. Okay. Oh, okay. Unreal's the one freaking out. Maybe. At least that's incorrectly. So df underscore heavy. Just in case, I'm going to be annoying and just make a new Blender file every time I want to change an animation or tweak an animation. Knock down, there we go. Nice. Export FBX. BF hit and knock down. I'm sure I don't need to check all those boxes every time, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, yeah, so making a new Blender file does seem to stop it from cloning the animations. That's gonna be annoying. But at least we're getting cleaner results here. BBH, we need to go back to here. Oh, shoot, it's actually kind of saved right here. Perfect. We need to do the idle animation next. Make sure that is the idle animation. Close enough. Stop. Okay, export. FBX. Oh my god, we're running out of time. This is so frustrating. No leaf bones. BF idle. Nice. Save. Does it not work if you exported one file with all the anims added? I don't know, actually. Let's give it a whirl. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just take 2 more animations and see if that changes anything. So we'll do the light combo. We'll do the parry. And I'm feeling dangerous, so we'll do one more. We'll do run. And if I hit play, you'll see it's all 3 different animations. Wow, I did not zero myself on that one. Anyway. Export FBX, selected objects. I think it's going to make them all one file, so we'll see how that goes. We'll call it a bf collect and see what happens. I'm watching my exported file destination. bf collect. Okay, there we go. So if we do import, ain't no way. Oh my god. Awen, you're such a genius. I swear to God. Okay, so that was the light combo. BF light combo. I'll need to work on separating those animations later. What are you? That's the parry. BF parry. I knew that running animation was gonna look goofy. Oh no. BF run. Okay, cool. Good to know. Let's do that with literally every other form right now. Mighty form. I really need to come up with a different name for these forms already. I've been putting it off, but I genuinely don't. I don't have the headspace right now. Maybe I need to do that while I'm at work tomorrow. Is just like ideas for names and just piss off all my coworkers because I'm clearly not mentally there. Okay, so let's start with all of the mighty animations. There's the dodge animation. There's the heavy animation. I might be slow because I am helping while also trying to help a group in Helldivers. Hey man, if democracy calls, you're more than welcome to serve them as priority, you know? I getcha. It's all good. I already forgot what that one was. Oh, hit and knock down. Okay, so idle. Import BVH. Light combo. Doing both where I can, 07. It's much appreciated. Okay, light combo, parry. Run. And special. Okay, just hit play to make sure they're all different animations. Wow, that is quite the visual. That is quite the visual. Okay, let's not get stuck on that. Export FBX. We'll call this the Mighty Collection. Import. Blender, please. Oh, it's crashing. Ah! I believe in you, Blender. I genuinely believe in you. I think you're better than this, actually. I think you're just throwing in the towel for no reason. I think you can just do it, man. Just do it. Please. I I really need to get this done. Uh, I guess at least this gives me a small mental break. I could use it, you know. So much troubleshooting on this stuff for the past like 3 days. Me minimize that for a second. Ah, is there a reason it's gonna take so long to export this? Is it because I'm doing too many animations at once, maybe? I mean, they do have a lot of frames on some of them. Oh, oh, oh. There it is. All right, Unreal. Uh, Save all first. Uh, Mighty Collection. Yes. Okay. 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 And here we go. Oh, please. Unreal, please. Oh, nice. Okay, now we gotta go through these. Okay, that's dodge. Mighty form, dodge. Huh. Think that's heavy? I think that's heavy. Mighty form, heavy. Let's hit and knock down. Hit and knock down. That's idle. Okay. Mighty form, idle. I think that's light combo. Wow, the model is not liking those animations. That's okay. It's kind of too late to redo those. Kind of. Mighty form, light combo. That's a parry. I'm pretty sure that's parry. Mighty form, parry. Oh, mighty form run. Cool, cool. Mighty form run. Oh, special. Mighty form special. Ugh. Jesus. Ugh. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, next folder. We'll do Pegasus next. There we go. Okay, Blender. There's Pegasus dodge. Pegasus heavy. Pegasus hit and knock down. Pegasus idle. Pegasus light combo. Pegasus parry. Pegasus run. And finally, Pegasus special. Alright, and then we're going to play them all, make sure they're all separate animations. Did not do a good job zeroing there. Cool, cool. Select all. FBX. We'll call this the Pegasus collection. And go. I'm so glad I ate a hearty dinner before doing this, because I don't know what I would have done if I put off eating until like this point of the stream. It would have been rough for sure. Keeping an eye on the folder in case it just kind of pops up without Blender trying to crash. So far it's not showing up. I don't know how to explain how weird it is to look at these animations and know that it's me. Oh shoot, it actually exported without crashing. Nice. Because like, again, I put on a motion capture suit in VR to do all these animations. And it's weird knowing that's me I'm looking at. Me doing all these ridiculous stunts. Outside of Airsoft, this is the only activity that made me feel really old. And I'm not even that old. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay. Dive into these. That looks like the dodge animation. Can I rename them from here? That'd be way faster. No. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Pegasus dodge. What is that? Oh, is that supposed to be heavy? I think that's supposed to be heavy. Let's call it heavy. We'll find out later. I've also changed my naming scheme again. Heavy. I need to be consistent on that. It's hit and knock down. Okay. Hit and knock down. Man, that sure looks like an idle animation, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, that's the idle animation. PF idle. Oh, this is the light attack combo. This is actually the first light attack combo I came up with when working on this game. It'll look cooler once I add the particle effects on the gun, but that was really fun to come up with on the fly. Light combo. Oh, parry. That's the parry. I thought it'd be cool to have a gun character who parries by just shooting at the right angle. I'm sure that's been done somewhere, and I just don't remember seeing it, but yeah, there's the running animation. That's great. PF run. And then finally, this is probably the special. I so badly wanted to do a retake on that, but I did not want to spend too much time on it. Bloodborne has a gun parry. You're right! I knew I saw it somewhere. I haven't played a lot of Bloodborne. I've only played like the opening level. Like I think I only got to the first lantern, and that was because I wasn't into Souls-likes at the time. I just wanted to get into one. I need to go back and see if I can beat it one day. Because like now that I have become a Souls fan and I play Souls-likes from time to time, like I feel like I would appreciate Bloodborne so much more. That's more of a shoot zombie in the face to stop the attack. Ah, yeah. I've seen videos breaking down Bloodborne's combat, and it's so interesting how they came up with those systems. I think that was actually why I bounced off Bloodborne originally, because I had been coming off of shooters, and I was wondering why the gun was so weak. But now that I'm a Souls fan-ish, I can appreciate it more if I were to ever replay it. I do have a PlayStation in my living room. I just don't have a copy of the game anymore. Okay, last set of animations, and then we can start actually programming. Oh my god. Alright, Titan form animations. Here we go. Big dude, big sword. I remember having fun doing the Titan animations, but I don't remember much else about it. It was big dude with sword. It wasn't very memorable recording these at all. I think I actually was just very straightforward with like the concepts for each of the move sets too. I don't think I tried to be original with them. It was just kind of like, yeah, he's got a big sword. Is it telling me the order I do this? Yeah, heavy, so is it hit and knock down next? Yeah. I got goldfish memory sometimes. Just cannot. BVH. Okay, so after hit and knockdown, Titan idle. Import, BVH. Parry. Oh, you know what? I do remember the Titan parry. Because instead of doing like a parry with your sword, you literally just like I want to say it's Dark Souls 1 or 2 where you parry with your shield by just kind of flicking your wrist. Same concept, but you don't have a shield. You're just that tough. I know there's a Souls like that does it with just your hand. I know Code Vein technically does it with one of the blood veils, but I don't want to count that because you do get like a glove for parrying. I don't know. My memory is not the best when it comes to that kind of stuff. Alright, I'm gonna hit spacebar to make sure that all these animations are different. Yep. God, it's so weird seeing all that and knowing it's just me. FBX. Copy. Titan collection. Cool. We're almost done with the animations, and only the animations. We got to do the models next. We got to import the models next. Ugh. Oh, my neck. Ugh. My tracking's not doing a good job. I should have tweaked the settings before starting the stream. Oh well. Priorities, right? The game has to be made on time. Setting up for the stream, you can see me, you can hear me, and you see what I'm doing. It's pretty much all I need to get set up. Alright, I think Blender's still working. I don't see the file in my folder just yet. At least I'll know how to do this for next time, if I ever do another game jam where I need to motion capture. I know I was talking with Red on Friday? I think it was Friday. And he said he'd rather see me use jams as an excuse to refine older concepts. But I don't know, I kind of want to do another project with motion capture now that I know kind of the pipeline on how to work it out. Excuse me. Alright, we're running out of time, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to check these animations and rename the files, and then we'll call it a night, at least for the stream. I got to do some housework, and if I have a little bit of time after the housework, I'll try and import the rest of the models. If not, that'll be a tomorrow activity. We have so much work left to do, man. That sure looks like a light attack. That's because it is a light attack. Titan form light combo. Oh, that's a dodge. Titan form dodge. Oh, that's the heavy. Titan form heavy. Oh, this is the knockdown animation. I'm kind of embarrassed that I did a unique hit and hit react for all forms. Even though the stunt was almost identical across the board, the only difference really being what was the starting pose. Like, this is the starting pose for the Pegasus form, this is the starting form for the Titan form, and then this is the starting form for the Mighty form, and then base form is just him standing still like this. I wasted so much time with this stunt work, and I did not need to do that. Hit and knock down. Like, I'm pretty sure I could have just blended the animations like you're supposed to in Unreal, but you know, hindsight's 2020. Something, you learn from your mistakes. That sure looks like an idle animation. Oh yeah, that's the idle animation. Okay, cool. Yep, there's the parry. Oh, my trackers were barely working. That's tough. TF run. Oh, that's the special. Yeah. Okay, we got all the Titan animations. Got all the Pegasus animations. Got all the Mighty animations. And got all the base form animations. We got all the textures. I wonder, if I change this back to business suit, does it also change back over here? Yes, it does. Oh, that's kind of neat, actually. Maybe in the game I can contextualize the bad textures on the right arm as just like, yeah, your suit's damaged, but it's not a big deal, or something like that. Who knows if I'll even have time to write a story for this game. Models. Oh shoot, there's one more thing I need to import in here. I need to import his hair. It's not a skeletal mesh, I don't think. Import failed. Oh, that's why. Clear. Import fail. Unreal, why are you fighting me? Use source name for asset. Force all mesh type, auto detect mesh type, bake import that skeletal meshes. No. It's literally not a skeletal mesh. Where was the there we go. Force it to be static, please. Unreal Ice. Fine. We'll work on other stuff. Mighty Armor. There's got to be something wrong with my settings that's not letting it import. Import skeletal meshes. That might be it. Import failed. Okay. Okay. Import morph targets. We don't have morph targets. There are no animations. Alright, Unreal, I'm gonna restart you. I don't want to fight this hard, just to do very basic stuff. I swear to God, tomorrow we're gonna boot up the stream, and it's just gonna be like super straightforward. Everything just kind of works, and I'm gonna be mad about it. I'm also out of my sweet beverage. I had a soda, but it's time for water, which I probably should have been drinking during the stream anyway. It's a lot better. Oh, I'm not pouring the water on my head, by the way. My tracker's just not doing a good job tracking. Okay. Any second now. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, general. Use source name for asset, scene name subfolder, asset type subfolders, asset name, asset static meshes. Yes, I want this to be a static mesh. Okay, it turned off all the settings for skeletal mesh. It turned off all the settings for animations. Import materials. Go. Am I gonna have to not redo, but re-export these models? Because that would be really annoying. Static mesh. Import. What is your problem? Why are you importing it as a material? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Blender, come here. I'm just gonna do one model, and then if I have time after the stream, I'll try and do some more, and if not, I'll try and do some more after work tomorrow. I need something. I need something to get this working. Oh, please, Blender. Okay. File, import, FBX. Okay, all of that looks correct. Export, FBX. Copy, selected objects only. There are no animations. Export. Cool. I can't tell if it actually exported now. Oh, I didn't name the file. I'm not paying attention at all. Unreal? What is your problem? Fine, don't import materials. That's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in and chatting. This was such a great time. I can't wait to do it again tomorrow, around the same time. I'm going to go to bed, try and get some rest, and knock out some chores so I don't have to do them during the rest of this game jam. Have a good night. Take care. Yeah.